It's a hot day, but they need all the grip they can get. Into stage, both men go super hard off the line. We're looking at about 1700 brake horsepower in full effect here. R32, R33, Ron Cadell gets the very satisfactory win.
I'm here because I enjoy the cars and the racing, so it's good. It's a really good event.
Now watch just how hard Ron pushes his Skyline. And remember, he's driven here and he's driving home. Impressive stuff, huh? Equally as impressive is this, the shootout final. Up against John Morgan in the Supra, Ron fights the power off the line. Even with four-wheel drive, he's still having to hold on to the steering wheel. Ron takes the win. John nowhere to be seen. Maybe Joycey did have all his nitrous.
Here we are at the red line, 10 of the best. It's my first time at an event like this, and I'm telling you, there's some seriously hot cars here. Some of the cars I've seen today are absolutely unbelievable. I thought, and I'm going to be entering my car, and to be honest with you, I thought my car was quick, but I've seen some of the cars that are here and don't really fancy my chances too well. So I've put a challenge on with someone. I found someone to go head to head with, a similar car, and the loser has to get shot with a paintball gun. So I think I'm going to be in a bit of pain by the end of today. Let's just wait and see.
Pain, Mr. Joyce? Anybody would think you enjoy that sort of thing. Here's Dave Gammon in the Evo 400 Evo. Last year's handling winner. Back again to defend his title on the track. Same car, but with a new suspension setup.
I interviewed your husband last year, and he had a good race last year, didn't he?
He came first in the handling, so yeah, he did him really well.
And you are you the supportive wife?
Surprisingly, yes.
Or are you a racing widow? You sort of get golfing widows. You're a racing widow.
Yeah, I'm a car widow. Yeah, I have been lately, yeah. So, I mean, I've not had the car for a good 2 or 3 weeks because he's been tuning it and doing everything, but he's not done so well today, so he's not very happy.
The car's not handling, basically. We've got very expensive struts on it, and it's just not doing the business. It feels very understeery. It's not turning in, and I'm getting my ass whooped this year by customer cars. Jason Albert and Jeff Stokes are both running my turbos, and they're quite ahead of me. I think they've took like a second and a half out of me this year. So. We'll see. But it's good that the company's doing well from that point of view. The turbos are doing the business, but I'm a bit.
There's kind of like a sweet irony in getting beaten by your own customers, really, isn't there? It's good, but yeah.
It's a big pill to swallow, and it's not very nice in taste either. But I can take losing if the MLR does well.
Gary Nettle here at Redline 10 of the best 2 last year. Gary had been pushing the Evo hard all day until disaster finally struck. But never one to let a small thing like an engine blow up deter him. The CPP Developments driver was back this year with a new and radically improved Evo, taking 4th place overall. Here we see him lining up against Kevin Kennedy in the Impreza P1. Both very similar cars, 4-wheel drive, Jap turbo power, 2 totally different deliveries of power. Kevin pulling away, but Gary posting 11.63 at 1:19 on the day. The handling circuit is really where he reaped his points though. Second on the day and first overall in the shootout. Gary really did like it out there on the handling course. Look at that, looking at the back brakes, you can tell how hard he's going. Lifting wheels, all the classic signs. Drastically lightened over last year. He's really put some work into this car, ready for this event. See how quickly and sharply it changes direction. Check out this for an exit through the corner. Full on drift, nice.
Right, so Gary, it's towards the end of the day. Where are we right now?
We're 2nd overall in the handling, I think 9th overall in the event.
And now we're just queuing up for the handling test shootouts, yeah?
Yeah, it's the handling final now.
How'd you feel, mate?
I'm just glad to be here, to be honest. We've had that much grief with the car and we've not been able to sort of launch it all day.
So what's the tactic for this then?
Just try and keep it clean and not skid off through the cones.
How'd you like the track?
It's very dusty, very dusty.
Is that having a massive effect on traction through the corners and grip?
It is. I think the car's a bit too sort of powerful for the handling circuit, to be honest, but we'll give it a go.
A modest man, Mr. Gary Nettle. This is him winning the handling shootout final. He might think there's a bit too much power, but right now he seems to be taming it quite well. You can see the heat slicks rising off the ground. It really is hot out there, not doing these intercooled cars too much good. That doesn't seem to be mattering to Gary right now in the CPP Evo. As right now, as we are witnessing this lap, he's shaving a massive 0.3 of a second off his personal best. That's what it takes to win, ladies and gents. Fresh from victory at the Scooby Shootout, the Calder Impreza set about making its mark on Redline 10 of the Best 3 in more ways than one. So here is the CRD Impreza, hard off the line as all the cars do, straight into this first long left-hander. The cars have picked up quite a bit of speed by the time they get to that point. As you can see by the way that most of the inside rear wheels lift off. Very hard looking car this, part of the CRD team. Threading it through the corners. Coming towards the end of the run here. Have you ever got that feeling that something's watching you? Something's about to land near you? Have you ever heard an Impreza at full chat coming up behind you? Well, I did. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Or did it? Luckily, I was on the spot to establish whether George was all right or not. Let's have a quick look at a replay before we have a word with him and get his side of the event. Up she goes. Could have been a lot worse, folks.
Georgie comes off the handling course here. And Georgie, you had a spot of bother there, didn't you, mate?
A wee bit of bother, yeah. Throttle stuck wide to the floor. Nothing I could do. Tried to fling it sideways and to spin it, but...
Well, you could hear as you came down through that section there, it was literally on the limiter almost.
I just kept going.
Pretty annoyed?
As long as the radio's no bust, I can still be able to do the quarter.
What do we reckon, crowd? Do we reckon he gets a 10 for that? Come on, give them out a round of applause.
The CRD team not hanging around, it was back into the pits and ready for some more action.
So do you reckon this is one of the quickest Scoobies here then?
Potentially it is, yeah. At one Scooby shootout, there's a couple of fast Scoobies here. Roger Clark's car, Andy Forrest, which is very, very fast cars. They've obviously been working hard on their cars, so back to the drawing board, get the car back into shape.
In third place overall, we have Impreza driver Andy Forrest in the blue Type R. In the previous two 10 of the bests, the Subarus had lagged behind the other Japanese supercars. But this year, Andy has proven that the Scoobers can do the business with the best of them. Here's Andy on the handling course, really demonstrating what his Scooby's all about. And that's just been a good all-round car. It's amazing in the last couple of years of 10 of the best, we haven't seen more Subarus coming through looking at the performance of Andy here today. He really has got this car sorted in such a short amount of time. Usually the domain of the Evos and the Skylines. Andy and his Impreza really showing what it's all about now. the 38.1 second run around the handling course. Amazingly, Andy bought the car as a completely standard STI 5 Type R just 2 months before the event. Andy then self-modified the car in that time, converting the engine to 2.3 litres, and unlike many Impreza drivers, Andy retained the top-mounted intercooler for improved throttle response. And out on the handling course is really where throttle response counts. Picking up the speed back out of the corners is what it's all about, frankly, because if you ain't got speed, you ain't got nothing. This really gives you an impression now of just how fast the drivers are approaching into this corner. Andy really having to lean over, work against the G's pulling on his body. Sharp right, it all tightens up now, down in the far straight. A little bit of correction. This also gives you an idea of just how quick the handling course flies by. One small mistake and it's over. But not for Andy, he's all good. Andy's an ECU mapper by trade and drove the car 250 miles down from Edinburgh and drove it all the way back too. A genuine road car complete with full interior trim. And that's impressive stuff. But despite doing great on both the quarter mile and handling discipline, Andy didn't try for a top speed run. But we can understand that, as the car had only done 1,000 miles since he built it. That's right, just 1,000 miles. And understandably, Andy wasn't too keen on risking his precious new engine. So with a 4th overall in the handling and a 5th on the quarters, Andy amassed 13 points in total, putting him into 3rd place. And that's a truly impressive performance. And we reckon if there was a Man of the Match award, Andy would be driving home with a cup. So from one Impreza to another, the Calder saga continues.
Have you been out again, have you?
Yeah, going from bad to worse.
What happened?
I decided I would just go for a top speed run. Just flat 5th, just went to change into 6th.
You've got 6 in yours, have you?
Yeah, and the bonnet blew off it.
Let's have a look.
It's destroyed the window.
It's not happening for you today, is it? Oh, gutted. well, did this just come off here, did it?
Yeah, it snapped the carbon fibre. It's a carbon fibre bonnet, it's actually snapped it. It's obviously flipped up and wrecked the roof, wrecked the window.
Oh, the roof's done and all, look.
Yeah.
Oh my. So on a level of 1 to 10 of pissed offness, how would you say you rated?
Yeah, probably about 10.
I'm about to take my one out in a minute, so have you got any tips for me?
Don't do a top speed run.
Unbelievably, Joycey is actually going to take his advice and just go straight for the quarter mile. And we're looking for the mods under the bonnet. Well, there's an air filter, and in the back, obligatory headgear, a Stetson.
Most people are looking at nitrous bottles in the boot. I don't know, maybe they've got a roll cage. What's Joycey got? Crisp packets! Air fresheners! What's that? Just in case you sort of like run a little bit slow, get to the top end of the strip, sit down.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Raging Bull Redline 10 of the Best 3. Welcome to the genuine 1200 brake horsepower of the Calder Race Development's Toyota Supra. Fair enough. Now you'll get to see that the burnout isn't all about show, it's about getting the go. Look at it go. Listen to it.
We're in the queue for the handling section with D. Ireland, and you're from Calder?
Yeah, Calder Racing, yeah. Came all the way down from Scotland last night. Nice long drive for us.
Excellent. I take it you didn't drive this rather special Supra on the road?
No, brought it down on the truck just in case anything goes wrong. Could have drove it down, but no point. Bring it on the truck.
Wise man. We've been hearing a lot of things about this car. Do you want to just give us a quick rundown on the spec?
We've just changed the spec a lot from the last time it run. It's now around about 1200 brake horsepower. Just changed to Motec management. Had it mapped by probably the best guy in the country, Dave Rowe of Motec. Car's running sweet, really, really sweet. Huge amounts of power. Just dying to use it, really.
And use it he is about to as well. What you see on the right hand side is a Porsche Rough GT2. What the public perceive to be, well, 100k plus supercar. And on the left you've got D warming the tyres once again at the Supra. Now it's worth pointing out that the Supra hit problems pretty early on, blowing a head gasket, and so was only running first stage nitrous, meaning that the 1200 brake horsepower Raging Bull was actually only running about 1000 brake horsepower, if you can call that only. Because just look at how when the turbo comes on boost, bye bye rough. We're talking 4 figures worth of power there. That's pretty damn impressive, D. Any launch techniques? Obviously there's a lot of Supras around here today, a lot of competition going on.
The guys that are running the autos have got the big advantage for the drag. We don't want to take the fun out of driving, so we've left it 6-speed manual. We've built launch control in now. Never used it though. Today will be the first time, so we've got launch. Might help, might not. I can turn it off if it's not working, so easy enough to work.
So what about the handling circuit then? You obviously prefer the manual for that sort of thing?
Yeah, but the car's not built for handling, it's built for top speed and drag. It's okay in the fast corners, but in the slow ones it gets away from you.
Yes, this is the handling circuit, not the drags, but D insists on warming up those rear tyres once again, because let's face it, he's going to need all the help he can get. 1000 brake horsepower and a tight handling circuit. Let's see how he gets on. So, straight line, we know he can do it, but what about when it comes to the corners? Hard on the brakes, you'll notice he brakes a lot earlier than some of the more nimble cars. Taking it tentatively, all D has got to do is get this car around this course. That's his main intention in 10 of the best 3. Doesn't want to mess up too badly. That means dropping points and places. You can see from this point, looking at the Scoobies and the Evos, the Supra doesn't look overly happy with what it's being asked to do. The D pushes on, and given all that, posts a still respectable 42.62 seconds.
Been all over Scotland, and we've had it Santa Pod a few times, so yeah, we've...
Can you give us an indication of what sort of times you've done before and what you've done today?
Santa Pod, we've done a 9.9 at 146. First Supra in the UK ever running 9s. And here, for about 4 weeks ago, we've done a 10.3 at 142 or something. Today we've done a few things, maybe got a bit more grip.
So we're looking, basically there's no wild ass body kit going on here. It's the wide arches, but there's no high level rear wing on there. What's stability like at high speeds?
Not as bad as you would think, it's pretty stable. A little bit loose on the back, but yeah, it's okay.
What sort of speed are we talking, maybe top speed are you anticipating?
Well, here 4 weeks ago again we set a new track record. We've done on the short straight 201.6 mile an hour.
Is it a single turbo engine or?
Single, yeah, T51 HKS.
That's really the way to go with these Supras, isn't it?
I think so. There's some guys getting huge power on twins, but we like working with the singles, they work pretty good.
The Golden Behemoth sports a 3.1 litre engine, but with all that power going through the back tyres, the Supra struggled for traction. But with the car being less than a year old, the boys from Calder Racing Developments reckon they can fix the problem and will be back next year and hope to get the Supra up to an unbelievable 1400 brake horsepower. Fearless D Island ran a truly staggering 201.3 miles per hour on the top speed run and took the quarter in 10.84 seconds. Here he is, hitting off the line now, up against a formidable R34 Skyline, which he just truly leaves for dead. Here he is now achieving that staggering 201.3 miles per hour. Watch carefully, we're going to be asking questions in a minute. Woohoo! That was violent. But now look at this. Did you notice that he's on drag race spec tyres, which are standing tall due to the low pressure? The fact his door window is trying to rip itself free from the car and the bonnet is rippling under pressure. That was at 50% speed, ladies and gentlemen. That was still 100 miles an hour. Look away now if you're weak of heart, pregnant, underage, under height, whatever, but we're about to go passenger side at 200 miles an hour with D Island. Look at him, what's he looking at? D, look ahead. He's even one-handed. Your driving instructor wouldn't like it, your mother wouldn't like it, we love it. Now watch, as the door top starts bowing out. Does D flinch? No, he keeps the foot in. He has a quick look down, and we're still going. And right now we're about to lose footage as the tape is being physically ripped away from the heads and the camera by G-force.
Let's see what this baby's got. All right, ladies, fancy coming for a spin in my car?
Where are you going anyway?
I'm going round for a racetrack, come for a spin.
It's all too dangerous for my
Yeah.
life.
All right, toodaloo then.
Good luck.
Bye. I'm not going to hurt myself, I do that for a living. I don't need helmet. I'm doing naked. Right, come on, let's have it. Come on. I bloody beat you, and you're getting shot with a paintball gun. that was brilliant fun. That was ace, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good.
So that ECU that you had put in there didn't really do much against one that didn't have it in. So that was 400 quid spent on nothing.
I'm sure you've had something done to that.
Well, I haven't done anything to it. I just bought it. I haven't done a thing to it. Shot. Oh, right on the nipple. Oh no, that was brilliant. Good sportsmanship.
Do I get a shot now?
Oh, go on then. Oh! You're trying to have my bloody eye out!
Ash and Khan here, who are...
We're from Birmingham here, having a wicked day, enjoying all the action and that.
what have you seen so far that you really like the look of?
Rocket Ronnie, the Skylines, the R33s, the 34s, the R32s as well.
Skyline's your thing then?
That's it.
Once again, when the smoke cleared, the man sitting on the top of the food chain was Rocket Ronnie and his legendary R33. As with Red Line 10 of the Best 2, the Ron Meister General was the only driver to score points on each and every discipline.
How you going on today? What's going on?
Yeah, we started steady, and the things that we've done to the car we're testing out gradually, and it seems to be working. We've hit a few problems, but we think we can overcome them. So just wait and see, really. It's just early days.
I'm hearing you've obviously done a lot of work on the vehicle since last year, and you haven't actually been out in the car since like last October or something?
No, I actually drove it last in December, early December, and I picked the car up Friday night, and from Airbees, and I've just drove it here. That's all I've done. So I haven't had a chance to practice or anything in it yet.
So you're feeling pretty happy with the car though?
Yeah, it's fine, yeah, it's just me. I need the practice.
Surely not, mate, after 2 victories?
Yeah, but it's still hard to come here with this kind of competition and sort of do it without, with no practice.
So who are you looking out for today then? Anyone in particular you think you might step up?
No, I don't concentrate. I just do my best and get the car to do its best, and whatever happens, happens.
On Monday you can drive it to work, can't you?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, hopefully. All I want to do is drive this car home tonight. I do not want to be like last year. I want to drive it home.
So now let's watch him prepare as he opens the proceedings, fires the first shot, and goes for the first run of the day. Ron doing his trademark burnout there. Switching to four-wheel drive, ready for the launch. Show the crowds what they've come all the way to Elvington Air Base to see. Whack. No, he means business. And as last year, he goes straight into a top speed run, clocking a very impressive 186.8 miles an hour. Come on, Ron. We know there's some more in there.
Been hearing a lot of things about you. I heard you are the man that no one can beat here.
I don't know about that. I can be beaten for sure, but just seem to be consistent and seem to be able to do everything sort of just equally as good. So yeah.
I've heard that also that you're not that interested in it. You just get a team of mechanics to sort it out for you.
No, to be honest, I haven't got a clue what's going on.
I'm exactly the same.
I just enjoy driving the car, and like I'm lucky that I've got people that can help me do it. Really, otherwise I couldn't do it. We get on well and sort of like we help each other out. So
I heard last year you had a few problems though, didn't you?
yeah, I did. Yeah, it's basically we had a problem with the spark plugs, and the car blew up, and we had to go home early. Really.
No going home early today, Ron. There's work to be done. Alongside him, we've got Paul Hansen, another well-known sight at 10 of the best. And let's just see how Paul gets on against Ron here. For those that don't know, Paul is running a Cosworth Turbo. We're not going to put him out there with a 2.5 litre oil burner. And off the lights, would you believe it, he actually gets Ron. But Ron isn't going to stand for that, let's face it, as he storms through.
And this year, how's it been going for you this year?
Very good, but we've run out of time. We were so late starting, we didn't pick the car up till Friday night, and there were so many things we had to do, and we just ran out of time. I only had one go on the handling circuit, which I'm really annoyed about, because that's my favourite thing, and you know, I just gutted that we ran out of time, really.
And God knows what would have happened if Ron had had that extra time. This is his sighting lap of the handling track we're about to watch now. That's the lap where he finds his way around the track that he's never driven around before, getting the feel for it, then he goes out and does his quick lap. Well, apart from the fact that Ron actually achieved a lap time of 38.82 seconds, which is enough to place him 5th overall on the handling circuit. Once again, this is why Rocket Ron is the champion of the Redline 10 of the best series so far. Look at the aggression, the way he throws this big old Skyline around, trying to tame all that power. And tame it, he does. Back out to the drag strip now. Normally, Richard White in his Evo 6 be feeling pretty confident about now, but as he looks across, he sees the familiar silver grey R33 of Rocket Ron pull into the burnout area. Ron flicks from 4 to 2-wheel drive, hits the line lock, polishes some concrete straight across the start line, and reverses back into stage. So there's Mark from Abbey Motorsport, just making sure that Ron's clicked back in a 4-wheel drive, got the thumbs up. Ron's going to go for a top speed run after the quarter mile. There goes Ron, there goes Richard White. Skyline 1, unfortunately Evo 0. Here comes Ron blitzing through the top speed run, blazing off an incredible 192.4 miles an hour.
Right, so I hear congratulations are in order for today. You're the winner?
Yeah, it seems so. I mean, it hasn't been officially announced yet, but it looks like I've done enough, to do it, yeah.
Right, because I got my thinking head on, and as an extra prize, I reckon you can take me around the handling circuit in my car, but in the boot.
Yeah, I'm going for a laugh.
Yeah, give me a rough ride.
I'll try my best.
Try not to total my car.
I promise I won't do that.
So it only remains for me to say congratulations to Rocket Ron for making it a hat-trick of victories as champion. And well done to all the competitors for taking part in the UK's premier performance event for modified cars, Redline 10 of the best. Well, I'll see you on the start line next year, but right now, I'll leave you in Joyce's incapable hands.
Right then, Ron. So, here's your prize. Being able to take me around in the boot of my own car. Feel free to rag it.
Okay.
Oh, claustrophobia is setting in. Oh, Ron, the ABS don't work, by the way. Oh, no, this is not good. Oh, no. Oh no, I'm shitting myself here. We ready, Ron? We ready, Ron? Hey! It's getting hot in here. Let me out of here! Let me out of here! Let me out! Oh no! Oh no! Let me out of here! I can't handle it! I'm getting claustrophobic! Oh, get me out! Oh! Oh! Oh no!
You alright?
Oh, it's horrible! The fumes in there! There's burning rubber! Oh! That was brilliant, Ron! Thanks a lot! Well, what do you think of the motor?
Yeah, it's alright. Yeah. I would have liked to have a bit of practice in it first.
Yeah.
Fine, yeah.
Oh, brilliant. All a good day's work.
You alright?
Yeah. Cheers, Ron. All the best.
Right,
See you next year. Cheers. Oh, that's another good 10 of the best over and done with. And I'm definitely coming back next year for some more of the same. See you later.